Today we are the 3rd of September 2023 and the time now is 18 past midnight and راني راح نقرا واحد الحاجة لهنايا and هذا يا نص راني كتبته راني نوجد فيه بديته اليوم and this is the time and this is this is the date ما عندهاش بزاف simplement and واحد زوج سوايع and this is الملف تاع social services وعلاش I will have to apply for an appeal about the entire matter تاع the social services since they start having an involvement into my family life and وعلاش the involvement was not just tout simplement and there was no real facts of natural effect or natural acts or natural events tout simplement all was fabricated and for this reason the results were fabricated and the event were fabricated and for this reason the involvement of the social services was fabricated as well and for this reason all the decisions are to be void by the court and I will make كما نقولوا حنايا a formal complaint about this matter ليهم قبل ومن بعد نشوف واش راهي كيما نقولوا حنايا واش يكون الرد ديالهم and لو كان الرد ديالهم يكون كيما نقولوا حنايا insisting about such matter then كيما نقولوا حنايا it is going نوري روحي by the way alors لو كان الرد تاعهم يكون ماشي هذاك هو tout simplement كما نقولوا حنايا the matter will escalate to another stage of complaint and حتى الامر كما نقولوا حنايا كما نقولوا حنايا يقضى فيه and هذه هي and this is it and نوري وشي لهنايا مانيش نبان مليح ماكات and voilà alors this is me tout simplement and هذه هي مش عارفه شنو نبان yes alors راني نكتب كيما نقولوا حنايا complaint تاع social services and ما عنديش بزاف من اللي بديتها مي بصح كيما نقولوا حنايا it is going to be a long document as well كيما تاع la police and كيما نقولوا حنايا resuming all the facts من هذا شحال etc to appeal the previous decisions تاع كيما نقولوا حنايا social services وعلاش everything was fake راني نهضر and espérons كيما نقولوا حنايا الهضره هذه تخرج ومام كيما يكونش وجهي في كيما نقولوا حنايا في الفيديو هذه هي عندي سيزات راني ميته بالعيا تو سامبلومون اليوم خدمت بزاف تو سامبلومون عند حتى ظهري وجعني هذا ما كان عندي سيزات عند حاجه روماركيتها كي بديت نكتب كيما نقولوا حنايا في اللابتوب تاعي البقره هذه نمبر 30 خرجت تو سامبلومون اللي جنا نشعلت الضوء and بدات الهضره تو سامبلومون they stalk تو سامبلومون and هذا ما كان anyway alors دوك نوري واش كتبت etc and alors god alors I'm going نوري alors هذا واش كتبت alors نقرا tout simplement the social services Saturday the 2nd of September 2023 ساعة 22:45 second the social services the year 2013 وعلاش كاين 2013 and then there is 2016 and those are different كما نقولوا حنايا two periods and كل period عندها كما نقولوا حنايا الفابريكاسيون تاعها واش داروا. On the year 2013, Miss Amina Rouichi, ex-Abbas, was induced to certain hyperactivities of the brain by illegal drugs added to her food by her ex-husband, Mr. Toufiq Abbas, who was an agent of the intelligence linked to a certain members of the Algerian intelligence here in the United Kingdom and in Algeria. And this includes her adoptive mother with her brother Ismail Agujil. Equally, the same link was established between him and the family of her biological mother, Aberkan. The husband played the role of the victim after he falsely alleged that his wife, Miss Amina Rouichi, betrayed him and that his middle son wasn't his son because he was born blonde like his biological grandmother and his mother as well. لأن كان لازم نكتب grandmother. The ex-husband alleging this, he gave a certain cover to himself to exercise certain abuse on his wife, Miss Amina Rouichi, by inducing her brain to hyperactivities by illegal drugs and disturbing her inside the house by some kind of vicious acts he used to do inside the house, and this include the loud slamming كما يديروا التحتانيين الكلاب هذوما. The same story تعاود روحها tout simplement, and this include the loud slamming of the doors inside the house at late night with the denial of hearing anything. This was a kind of gaslighting his wife for no real reason. هي الحكاية بنت الرايس تو سامبلومون مي بصح لازم يصيبوا لاستيوس باش يابوزيوها. The other side of the adoptive family within where she was raised played a considerable part in the abuse, pretending the punishment of the shameful daughter by making deliberate various phone calls from Algeria to her house during the same period, abusing her through those calls by using abusive language and comprehensive expressions and threats as well. During the same time, Miss Amina Rouichi was kept under the influence of very strong illegal drugs, which created a certain hyperactivity to the brain of Miss Amina Rouichi at that time. One day during the same year and period, Miss Rouichi Amina woke up early by the morning after she took her shower. She had her breakfast and started her house chores normally. She was feeling normal. After a moment, her husband woke up and he wanted to have another cup of coffee with her. He prepared the coffee during when he induced her by a substance he added to her cup of coffee. Consequently, her brain started becoming very hyperactive. After half an hour, his sister Fatima Zohra Abbas, after half an hour, his sister Fatima Zohra Abbas of France called the landline. Miss Amina Rouichi responded on her and started a polite conversation with her when Zohra shouted at her on the phone unexpectedly and asked her not to talk to her and to pass the phone to her brother. It was humiliation after another and fixation after another directed to Miss Amina Rouichi with no explanation, especially that this was expected by the people of her surrounding. After another half an hour, her adoptive sister Amel Rouafis Rouichi called on the phone as well, and she made a deliberate false alert to Miss Amina Rouichi that she heard that her children were going to be killed in school, and that even if not in the UK, this can be in Algeria if she decided to travel to Algeria with her children. Bear in mind, Miss Amina Rouichi at that time, she had a reason why she would believe that her sister she had a reason why she would believe that her sister by adoption, since she is a police officer and considered as a trusted source of the information. Hearing what her adoptive sister told her, Miss Amina Rouichi panicked and told her husband what her sister told her, and she left the house to the school of her children in a shock, running barefoot under the influence of the illegal drugs as well. Few meters down the road, Miss Amina Rouichi realized that she was wearing only her day pyjama and without shoes. She returned to the house to wear her clothes when she realized that her husband closed the door on her. She knocked on the door several times and she could see him standing there as a statue through the glass of the door, but he refused to open the door. Miss Amina Rouichi, under the influence of the illegal drugs, she rushed herself to reach her kids in school due to the false alert her sister delivered to her that morning. As a result, she tried to have access from the side door of the house, at least to wear her shoes, but it was locked as well. She tried to break into the house by any means, and she tried to break the side door, but it wasn't possible. This happened during when she felt a high danger about her kids, despite that her reaction wasn't 100% the natural reaction she would have if she wasn't induced by drugs by her ex-husband. Adding to that, the deliberate news about the imminent danger surrounding her kids played a part in this. Her sister and her ex-husband and his sister induced her to the highest level of panic about the safety of her children, especially that the news were untrue, and this was a crime. Miss Amina Rouichi had no choice but to direct herself running toward the school of her children without wearing shoes or outside clothes. She had to run quickly, thinking that she will not reach them alive. She started feeling a high level of fear for their lives until she started feeling her heart aching and short of breath. Crossing the road, she couldn't carry on walking and she collapsed on the road. Losing consciousness for a few moments, someone outside called the police and the ambulance. Miss Amina Rouichi, once taken to the inside ambulance vehicle, she was asked by the paramedic about her name and her address, but she could remember no fact of this, and she forgot her name and her address due to the tremendous shock she was exposed to by her sister's false alert about the life of her kids. Also, this happened due to the illegal drugs her ex-husband induced her brain with that morning. In a way, her reaction to the fake news were almost the same reaction she would have in the supposed event of a death of one's child. Yet Miss Amina Rouichi, she could remember what she was wearing that day, and this includes her underwear of green frogs. And this is it. هذه هي tout simplement this is what هذا وش درت وش كتبت, and I will save this document, and tomorrow inshallah I will resume it, and I will work on this plan as well اللي درتو علاش I need all this document كما نقولوا حنايا for certain purpose etc. and this was supposed to be done in August, not this September, and كما قلت مقبلة I am 1 month late, exactly 1 month late about my program, and for this reason لازم نسبيدي شوية tout simplement, at least نجي كما نقولوا حنايا I will reach نقدم واحد النص شهر tout simplement, and this is it, and هذا ما كان. الوغ هذه هي العدد تاع اليوم رانا 3/9/2023 ساعة دركا راهي 32 دقيقة more midnight, and by the way the slamming doors عاود كيما نقولوا حنايا تعاود في هذا الدار, and it is almost identical thing, and the inducement to the hyperactivity of the brain, it is the same. The gaslighting, it is not by meaning now, it is true. The gas diffused to my flat and the light is supplied without the Eon company wanted to take payment from me tout simplement, or to give explanation about the non-taken payment last year. هذا ما كان. It is gaslighting and drug inducement to hyperactivities of the brain sometimes, and the slamming of the doors. The same scenario. Tout simplement عبده اللي بداوه عبده. And this is it.